for sure.
All right, all right. Well, speaking of ball, man, I mean, I know you have a lot to say about this next topic. I know you got the flag ready. You got the flag on, got the background showing, you ready. The Eagles, woo, they were up by 2 scores on the Broncos. Lose the lead. Offense is one day it looks like this, another day it looks like that. And it always comes down to, man, the offense. AJ Brown in press conference, defense playing well. We gotta be consistent. So AJ, all right, this question is directed to you as you can see. Are you concerned with your offense? And when I say
No,
y'all, I mean the Eagles.
no,
Oh,
no. I'm not concerned with the Eagles' offense. The only way I'd be concerned with the Eagles' offense is if Jalen Hurts ain't on the field, if AJ Brown not on the field, if Saquon and Smitty not on the field, and if Lane Johnson and all of our big time guys up front are not on the field. As long as them guys on the field, honestly, mainly, if I'm being honest, mainly AJ and Hurts are on the field, I don't have too many concerns about this offense because I have seen this story before. I've seen this story before. Now, granted, do I have a little bit of concern about Kevin Patullo? Of course. Kevin Patullo, he's struggling. He's struggling. First year play caller. It's difficult coming into a situation, even though you've been with the team for all of this time. It's difficult coming into a situation where you just took over the offensive play calling for the defending champions. They are not a team that's going to sneak up on teams, right? They're a team that just won the championship. They are the hunted in the NFL. And you start your first 4 games of the season with the hardest schedule in the NFL. Again, for the people who need to hear me again in the back, the Eagles have had the hardest schedule to start the season of any team in the National Football League. I know at one point there was a lot of people complaining about the Eagles having easy schedules. Now we winning 4-1, and it's been the hardest schedule in the National Football League, right? You played Dallas. We see how Dallas offense looks right now. The defense isn't great, but we see how the offense look, right? You played the Kansas City Chiefs, even though they are 2-3 right now. I kind of expected them to not be as good. They was up for playing us because we just beat them in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs from that standpoint. When they're on the schedule, that is a game that you circle, right? You played the Rams, the team that pushed you the furthest in the playoffs just this past year on your Super Bowl run, right? So that obviously is going to be a tough game. And they added Devontae Adams. So that's going to be a tough game, right? Then you play Tampa Bay, a team in Tampa Bay who you routinely struggle with. Baker Mayfield, a quarterback that you routinely struggle with. A defensive coordinator, a head coach, Todd Bowles, that Hurts in the offense routinely struggles with. And you put Kevin Patullo in that situation, and you wanted Kevin Patullo to come out killing right away. It wasn't going to happen like that. It's an unrealistic expectation. And I'll be honest with the fans, and I'll let the fans know, I expected more from the offense at this point in the season. But right now, and this is about to segue perfectly into what else I have to say. Right now, it's not about how it looks. I get so tired of people talking about how things look. How does it look? How does it look? How does it look? How does it look? Bro, it is the first week of October. Does it matter how it looks right now? Or is it about winning games at the current moment? Especially when you have the hardest schedule in the league to start. It don't matter how you win these games. Just find a way to win them. A lot of these games are in conference. A lot of these teams might mess around and win their division. So these are tiebreakers that are going to matter down the stretch of the season, right? So it don't really matter. Just win the game. Just find a way to, I don't care if you win by a half a point. Win the game is going to matter down the stretch. People talk about how things look. The only time in the NFL season where you should truly care as a fan, I'll just say as a fan or even as analyst, about how a team looks, weeks 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if you're fighting for playoff seeding, obviously those last few games going into the playoffs. That's the only stretch in the whole season where it matters. Because I'll tell you something else. In the playoffs, it don't matter how it look. However you win is how you win. The name of the game is winning and getting to the next round. Just get to the next round. The Philadelphia Eagles are the prime example of this, which is why I get so upset with the Philadelphia Eagles discourse at the moment. The Eagles started 2-2 last year. They had 2 losses in conference. Falcons, Buccaneers in conference. Those are 2 losses that hurt us down the stretch. It's part of the reason why we didn't get the number 1 seed. Then we lost to the Commanders, a loss within division in conference. Another reason why we didn't get the number 1 seed. But we got hot at the right time. We were hot going into the playoffs. We got to the playoffs. The first 2 games were ugly against the Packers. Ugly against the Rams. And then we hit a stride again and went on to win the Super Bowl. So it don't really matter how it looks right now. That brings me to Ajae Brown. I didn't get a chance to talk about this last week. I'm talking about it this week. And I think it's the perfect time to talk about it because we just lost. It's the perfect time to talk about it, Joe. In a way, I'm sad that I was not able to speak on this topic last week. But the fact that we lost speaks to everything I was going to say. It speaks to everything I was going to say. You want Jalen Hurts to air it out so bad. You want these targets and receptions so bad. You want the passing attack to be this, that, and the third so bad. And the passing attack was hitting against the Broncos, one of the best secondaries in the NFL. We scored the least amount of points we scored all season. But Jalen Hurts had 2 passing touchdowns, 280 yards, right? Devontae Smith had 114, 116 yards, right? Ajae Brown didn't get a ton of receptions. I mean, he going up against Pat Surtain, so that, I mean, I kind of expected that if I'm being honest with you. But at the end of the day, he was getting his targets. He was getting opportunities to make plays, right? Run game ain't going all day. We passing the ball. We earned 38 passing attempts. And we scored 17 points and couldn't put a field goal on the board to ice the game. So when people like, and I don't want to be too hard on Ajae Brown because I'm not going to be blind and act as if I don't understand where Ajae Brown is coming from. Ajae Brown is the best receiver to I know there were guys before T.O. and before I was able to watch football. But since I've been able to watch football, because you got like Mike Quick and a bunch of other guys. But in my time of watching football, Ajae Brown is the greatest Philadelphia Eagles receiver of all time. Bar none. Probably the most versatile receiver because he can go across the middle. He can beat you deep. His route tree, I think he's better than Deshaun Jackson because he's more big and physical. I think he's better than T.O. just off the strength that T.O. only had really one great season in Philadelphia. T.O.'s the better overall receiver than Ajae Brown.
He played 1 year with Philly, though.
Right. But that 1 year he had 1,200 some yards. He got to the Super Bowl, but it's like what Ajae Brown has done over the course of his career in Philadelphia. I gotta give Ajae Brown a nod at this point. Mm-hmm. So I give it to Ajae, and I give him all the credit in the world. But what I'm not gonna do, because I heard you do it, and I've heard other people do it, Joe. I'm not gonna cut Ajae Brown no slack when it comes to how he truly feels about getting the ball within the offense. I'm all for him getting the ball, but I'm not gonna make this seem like his gripe is just about how the offense look. No, this is about Ajae Brown touching the ball, and I'm all for Ajae Brown touching the ball, but we're not gonna make it look like this is just about how the offense look. Joe, Ajae Brown in 2023. Let's take you back, because what people don't understand, and allow me to walk you through this, Joe. What people don't understand is when you're an Eagles fan and been an Eagles fan for as long as you remember the sport of football, you've seen it all. I didn't just become an Eagles fan last year when we won the Super Bowl. I've been an Eagles fan long before Ajae Brown, and when Ajae Brown first got here, and when Ajae Brown's gone, I'm going to still rock with the Philadelphia Eagles. So I seen everything before Ajae. I seen Ajae when he first got to Philadelphia, 2022, up till now, right? So I see a pattern. 2022, when he first got to the Philadelphia Eagles, he went for close to 1,500 yards, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the numbers right here in front of me, like 11 touchdowns. He was balling. We did not hear a peep out of Ajae Brown all season long. He had nothing to say. The offense is flowing. He touching the ball. Hurts going crazy. Vontae going crazy. Miles Sanders going crazy. We going to the Super Bowl, and he had a hell of a Super Bowl performance. There's nothing to say. It's nothing to say. Year 2 in Philadelphia, he starts the season off not touching the ball. And there's an infamous clip out there of him and Jalen Hurts going at it on the sidelines in the second game of the season, going up against the Minnesota Vikings. In the second game of the season, going up against the Minnesota Vikings. In this game, as I pull up these numbers, Joe, do you know that in that game, DeAndre Swift ran the ball 28 times for 175 yards? Do you know in that football game, Devontae Smith had 4 receptions for 131 yards. Do you know the Philadelphia Eagles scored 34 points in that game? The offense was cooking. Guess who wasn't happy? A.J. Brown. Because in that same game, A.J. Brown had 4 receptions for 29 yards. And A.J. Brown's on the sideline arguing with Jalen Hurts. Right? That's what's happening. And then what happened shortly after that? If we all remember, Eagles fans know, A.J. Brown went on a run and had 125 plus yards for like 5-6 straight weeks, breaking Calvin Johnson's record for the most receiving yards in consecutive games in the history of the game. Directly after that, that's when he set that record. That's when that run started. We did not hear a peep out of A.J. Brown during that time. Nothing out of A.J. Brown during that time. I bring you to last season. Last season, the offense don't look too great to start, but if people remember, A.J. Brown did not play the first few games of the season. He went down with a hamstring injury, right? Devontae Smith also got hurt last season to start the season, right? And so we started to hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. And it got to the point where it's like, yo, Saquon Barkley cooking to the point where we just gonna lean on this. Similar to how we leaned on A.J. Brown when he first got to Philly in 2022. Conversation for another time. We gonna lean on Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is gonna dominate, which is what he did. He dominated. What's A.J. Brown doing on the sideline? Reading books. Drawing attention to himself. And it's one thing to read a book and like legit look like you're reading the book. It's another thing to pick up a book and read a book and almost in a way pout while you're reading it. Come on, bro. A lot of the team has come out and be like, man, AJ been doing this. AJ, that could be fair, bro. It's all about body language. It's about body language. But let me tell you something, Joe. During that stretch of football games, guess what was happening? The offense was humming. We were winning football games. It was just on the back of Saquon Barkley. And when we needed to throw, we threw the ball and we won football games. So now let's take you to the offseason of this year. He has a quote directly after the Super Bowl that he made. And I'll paraphrase the quote. A.J. Brown, after a few days, I've had time to reflect on being a champion. I tried to feel how everyone made it seem like it's supposed to feel to be a champion, but unfortunately for me, it was short-lived. 2 days to be exact. I've never been a champion at the highest level before, but I thought my hard work would be justified by winning it all. It wasn't. My thrill from this game comes from when I dominate. Quote, these are his quotes. My thrill comes from when I dominate. It's the hunt that does it for me. It's when the DB drops his head and surrenders because they know they can't F with me. The intense battles. That is what drives A.J. Brown. Then, fast forward. Before the season starts, A.J. Brown, along with Devontae Smith, might I add, they just handle things differently. I like Smitty want the ball too, but he gonna handle it a lot more mature than A.J. Brown's going to handle it. A.J. Brown before the season starts, A.J. Brown says, I'm in position right now where I feel like I'm the best in the league, and I want to prove I'm the best in the league. That's what he said before the season started. Devontae Smith said, yeah, we just won. I do want some individual accolades. I've never been a top guy on the top 100. I've never been an all-pro receiver. I believe I'm talented enough to be in those conversations. I want that for myself for sure. These are things that they said. And then a week later, I heard a quote from Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni said, you know what the mantra is for this season? Contribution over credit. That's our mantra for the season. Contribution over credit. Everybody contributes. It don't matter who get credit as long as it gets done. That's how we going to run this season. Because he heard all the talk. He knows how the Eagles play. There's a lot of guys who want the ball. Dallas Goedert want the ball. Saquon want the ball. AJ want the ball. Devontae Smith wants the ball. You think Jalen don't want to throw the ball? You think he just enjoy handing the ball off to Saquon every game all day long? You don't think he want to take off and run, be prime Mike Vick from time to time? Or Donovan McNabb? You don't think he wants that? Everybody's sacrificing in their own way, but only one guy has to come out on social media and make a statement. And then right after you make the statement, we come out here and lose. I got news for A.J. Brown, and I love A.J. Brown. Look at Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner last year. He was miserable every game because they lost constantly.
Facts.
They lost constantly. And I understand that you want to be a Hall of Famer. You want to be a gold jacket guy. I had some guy in the comments, and I'm going to pass this to you in a second, Joe. My bad. I had some guy in the comment section on Instagram say to me, we're wasting AJ Brown's career. We're wasting AJ Brown's career. He's never going to be a gold jacket guy in Philly. Really? Because to me, he's had his best years in Philadelphia. He wasn't doing half of what he did in Tennessee and Philadelphia. He's a Super Bowl champion for starters. He got 3,000-yard seasons. He got 2 seasons over 1,400 yards, close to 1,500 yards. He's a 3-time All-Pro. He broke the Eagles season record for receiving yards that was in place for the Eagles for the longest of time. T.O. didn't break that. Deshaun Jackson didn't break that. Jeremy Maclin didn't break that. Devontae Smith didn't break that. He didn't come along and break that. And then on top of all of that, you got the record for the most consecutive games with 125 yards plus over Calvin Johnson. But he's wasting his career in Philly. I heard Kev say this, but I'm going to reiterate it. Be patient. You are A.J. Brown. You are going to get your numbers. Devontae Smith too, because you got 116 yards and we lost. Be patient. You're Devontae Smith. You see how teams are playing Saquon Barkley right now. You guys are going to get the ball, but keep the main thing, like my dog says, the main freaking thing. You do all that complaining, then you stop mid-route on a touchdown that seals the game. We go up 24-3 if he don't stop mid-route. Keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Focus on winning football games. And you know what it does? Even if you don't have the best numbers, even if it don't look the prettiest, and obviously you want the offense to look a certain way. You know what winning games does? It puts you in prime position on prime time to really show out. It's one thing showing out at 12 o'clock. It's one thing showing out at 4. How about showing out at 7 or at 8? Or when the playoffs start, because y'all got a high seed now and they come through Philadelphia. And now the matchup is AJ versus this guy. Is he going to dominate this playoff game? How about NFC Championship? On one of the biggest stages there is, I got an opportunity to go out here and dominate. How about Super Bowl? Everybody watching. It ain't just about the numbers for a receiver. It's a lot to do with it. But it's also about your impact on winning. When the Eagles go down, and they could go down as one of the all-time greats if they continue to win at this level, they not just going to look at pure numbers. They're going to look at the whole team. They're going to look at AJ's dominance and how AJ impacted games as well. That's going to help to boost your resume outside of just raw numbers. How you showed up in the biggest games is going to matter. Your numbers and the things that stuff is going to matter. So when you keep the main thing, everything else flows. But if you just focus on numbers, you end up looking like Jamar Chase, who is also probably going to go down as a Hall of Famer, but you ain't going to win nothing. It's going to be triple crown, no playoff berth, because all you care about is your targets and receptions. And last thing, also ask Saquon Barkley what it's like to put up numbers and not win. That's why the report came out that him, Jalen Hurts, and A.J. Brown had a meeting, and they all talked for hours. I fully believe that it was Saquon Barkley that brought them two together and had that conversation. Because Saquon coming from a losing organization where I was the guy. I got the ball all the time. And I was the guy. And I was getting the rushing records out there. And I was doing my thing. I didn't get 2,000, but I was Saquon Barkley. And we couldn't win nothing. And now I'm here in Philly, and his biggest thing is, I don't care if I rush for 3 yards. We just won. We winning. What we talking about? This is more important. I am glad we lost. I'm glad we lost because it refocuses and it makes you look at yourself in the mirror as everybody, because there's some other issues going on. I could talk about the offensive line. Hurts is not perfect. It's a lot of different things you could discuss. Overall. But it's the perfect time to take an L out of conference, out of division, against a pretty good team, pretty decent team in the AFC, where you look and you can say, okay, like, we got to wake up and focus on the main thing and get back to winning, especially with now you got the Giants coming up, you got the Vikings coming up, and the Giants again. In my opinion, should be tune-up games for the Philadelphia Eagles before you play the Packers, and the Detroit Lions. So I say all that to say I'm not concerned about the offense. I'm a little concerned about Kevin Patullo, but it just takes time. and he's played some extremely tough opponents. But at the end of the day, the Eagles will figure this out like they always do and will be right where they need to be when they need to be, as long as they keep the locker room together and focus on the main thing, coming together for one goal, to go 1-0 every week.
Yeah. So Kevin Patullo, I think he's getting killed too much for that last game. I get it. He could have ran the ball, but y'all, he put y'all in position to make plays, and y'all just didn't execute. Like you mentioned the AJ Brown overthrow, right? AJ Brown either slow down or Hurts overthrew him.
Right.
But I think AJ Brown slowed down. Devontae Smitty caught basically a game stealing catch in legal formation.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not on Kevin Patullo. And I feel like I said in the chat, I said that y'all are passing the ball a lot, but it's not. It's like an extended run game. Like y'all did a lot of play action, throw it at Goddard on or a receiver on the out
We
route,
ran that
like
play a
on
ton
a
of
quick
times.
on a quick
Yep.
flat jump, right? So it wasn't y'all wasn't really like throwing the ball downfield. Y'all were. Hurst was throwing the ball downfield, but that was it though. It was like quick slant, throw the ball downfield, or that play action out route. So like that's all it was. It wasn't nothing too fancy. He kept it very simple, and I thought he called a good game. It just that y'all couldn't execute when y'all had those plays. But this is me being the devil's advocate real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I get it. You said the primetime games, man. It's about the primetime games y'all played this year so far. Y'all played the Eagles. Sorry, the Cowboys week 1. AJ Brown had 1 reception, 8 yards.
Yep.
Y'all played the Chiefs on a game of the week where everybody's watching. 5 receptions, 27 yards. And I get it. Saquon came from a losing organization. I don't care if I get 3 yards. Yeah, you don't right now, but you will later. Because are we asking AJ Brown to be Julian Edelman? I mean, that's what he was. He was a playoff Super Bowl receiver. Regular season, you don't really hear about him for real. It's all about winning. But Julian Edelman having a hard time getting the Hall of Fame. And he got like 3 rings. But AJ Brown resume is different, obviously. He already got all pros. He already got the yards. Like he probably already Hall of Fame, if we being real. Like he probably already Hall of Fame. He retired today because he got a Super Bowl ring now. So, but I get where he's coming from. I just don't like the way he's going about it. Like taking it publicly. If he's giving his frustrations inside, I get it because even though y'all winning, there's no reason why he should not be getting more targets. Now, don't get me wrong. He got targets last game, and he definitely got targets on the Buccaneers game.
Yes.
He got a target. It was one drive. Y'all threw it to him 3 times in a row and went 3 and out. So I give you that. But he was complaining before that. But I do agree that it's about his numbers for real. It's not really about the offense. It's about his numbers. I understand that. And if you're frustrated about that because you already got your ring as a receiver, now to boost your status, it's about numbers. Nobody count receivers' rings at the end of the day. Like when we talk about who the best receiver ever, we never mention like Randy Moss never won. But Randy Moss one of the best receivers ever. T.O. never won either. But he one of the best receivers ever. So we never talk about the rings when Michael Irvin got 3 rings. But only Skip Bayless said he up there with T.O. No, nobody else talk about Michael Irvin as being a GOAT receiver.
Jerry too, but Jerry got rings and he got crazy numbers. Numbers.
See, and it's not the rings, it's the numbers that we talk about. Like he got numbers like John Stockton steals and assists type deal. Like he got those type of numbers that nobody gonna catch. So I understand why he's frustrated. And I'm not really mad at that because he's a receiver. Receiver is dependent on the quarterback to do his job. But how he's going about it is immature. Go about it like Smitty. Like, we never hear Smitty talk for real.
Never.
We hear him every now and then. And it's like, the fact that we hear him every now and then, when we do hear him, we like, yo, something's up. Because Smitty's saying something. And we never get mad at him. Like, I never get upset at Smitty for talking. Because it's like, bro, never talk. And he playing second fiddle to you this whole time. He supposed to be number 1 somewhere. And he already been sacrificing. So when he steps up and say, yo, come on, hey, like, what's up, y'all? Then it's like, all right, now I got to listen. But when AJ, I'm not going to lie. I'm at the point where it's like, oh, my gosh, here we go again. I'm not even Eagles fan. Like, here we go again.
And it's like,
Go ahead,
and it's
go ahead.
like he
The
puts us,
time.
he puts us in a position, and we're gonna move on to the Commanders right after this. But he puts us in a
Rock out.
position, bro, where the Eagles could be doing so well, and the media will say they stuff, and the Eagles like to say they don't pay attention to the media and all of that, which is fine. I think some of it's the truth, some of it is not. But he says stuff and puts stuff out there that the media could just take and just go and just run with, and it's like they kill your quarterback, they kill your head coach, they kill your coordinator, and then you just pour gasoline all over it, all over. It's like, come on, AJ. And these the guys that you want to feature you in the offense. Like these guys human at the end of the day, bro. I just talked, like you said, the Bucks game right before he went on social media. Bro, I just targeted you 9 times, bro. 9 times. You had the most targets. A part of the reason, if you're Jalen Hurts, and I know some of it, I'm sure was Jalen Hurts, and some of it he was mad at the coordinator too. But if you're Jalen Hurts, a part of the reason why people talk about me not having a completion in the second half is because I'm trying to force feed you the ball to keep you happy, bruh. So they killing me about not having a completion in the second half. Meanwhile, in the first half, when I was just focused on winning, I was cooking. Oh, Smitty open. Oh, Goddard seemed like he the favorite target this season. It's been a little weird, but Goddard cooking. Oh, here you go, Dotson. Or here you go, Calcaterra, or whoever, and whoever's open. That's who I'm getting the ball to. I'm cooking. Everything looking good. Who knows what was said at halftime? Who knows if Jalen Hurts had it in his mind like, AJ ain't touched the ball in a while. I should probably go to him a lot. But whatever happened. And all of a sudden we targeted him nonstop over guys that are, again, open. And now he don't have a completion. Now, some of that is Jalen has some bad throws and some bad reads as well. He is not blameless in this conversation at all. And if I'm being honest, again, Jalen is human. I don't want to say this about my dog because I know he's all about winning. I think there are little moments where I ain't throwing the ball to AJ right now. I don't care. And the Panthers game last year was glaring to me. AJ wide open. I'm going to throw the ball to Smitty. Touchdown, Smitty. Like, it was just like, okay, that was a little, even though in the overthrow, Jalen Hurts got the best deep. I feel like he got the best, if not one of the best deep balls on the game. Even though in the overthrow, he pump faked or kind of hesitated because AJ stopped running. And then he was just like,
forget it.
he just threw it. And then after he threw it, he just kind of stared like, bruh. Like, no, like maybe y'all could have lightened up on that pass, but it's almost like he was like, yo, I'm gonna put the ball where you should have been. That's how I'm gonna put the ball. And then after the game, neither one of them want to talk about the play for real. AJ I just thought it was a miss. And Jalen Hurts is like, I gotta go back and look at the film. And then they asked him again today. It was more than just one play, it was other like
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, go
Did
ahead.
you see what Michael Irvin said about that? Now I know a lot. I know what he said, and then he threw in Dak like that. Like when he threw in Dak, I felt like it kind of destroyed everything he said before that to a lot of people. But forget that part of the message. The message when he said that AJ gave up on the play because he didn't think Hurts was gonna throw it to him. You know what I mean? Like, what you think about that?
I think this is the thing. I think there could be some validity to that because the play did take a while to develop. It took him a while to get behind the defense and get open. So I do think it could be by this time Hurts maybe done took off and start running, or the pocket maybe done collapsed or something along those lines, but see, the petty thing that I just brought up wasn't really happening this past game. We was targeting him this game. And the play was clearly designed to go to AJ. That was his play. That was quite clear. So it's like, if anything, he stopped running because not on the petty side, but maybe on the side of like, it took me a while to get open. He probably sacked or something probably done happened. Then he looked up and the ball was up on him. He like, oh, snap. He had time to throw and but it's still no excuse for not running a route. It's still no excuse for not. And the thing
every time.
And the thing I don't like about what Michael Irvin said, his overlying point was when defenses muck up, it's hard for Jalen Hurts to read. And I'm like, y'all talk about Jalen Hurts like he is an amateur. And y'all wonder why guys like me go so hard for the man, bro. Pause. Because it's like, yo, are y'all serious, bro? The man just, bro, you don't think he's ever seen zone coverages? You ain't, Jalen Hurts, when he get, people blitz him nonstop. You don't think he's seen disguised blitzes where guys fake like they gonna blitz and they back up? And he's had to decipher that? Come on, bruh. The same defense you're describing, he threw for 280 on. He just threw for 280 on the defense you talking about. More teams gonna do that. He gonna throw for 280 again.
It could have been more because AJ got a pass interference, and then
Devontae Smith played.
Got that, yeah.
And this is why I just, and we gonna move on. But this is why bro, people wonder why I'm an Eagles fan, but my favorite player is Jalen Hurts because I've seen it, bro. I was telling Kev on the side when he first was brought to Philadelphia, nobody, including myself, wanted him in Philadelphia because we had Carson Wentz. Then Carson Wentz started to go down the drain, and we threw in Hurts, and everybody was like, all right, we just going to see what that's like. Then he had the year in 2021, and over half the fan base wanted him traded. All of the media wanted him traded. Go get Russell Wilson. Go get this. And you've seen the progression over the years to him being what he is, bro. But y'all still talk about this man like he garbage, bro. And we ain't talking about the coordinator. We're going to talk about how hard it is to make sure everybody fed and happy. You got a head coach that could be a little egotistical. You got your own ego. Like, yeah, you got weapons, but there's other factors that play a part in this. And we see how they look with it when he ain't playing. It's just the part that bothers me most about AJ, and I'm done after this. The part that bothers me most about AJ Brown doing this is I know this about as a fan, and it does nothing but give ammo to people who want to hate on my quarterback, bro. That's what kills me, bro. Keep it in house, bro. Because when you put stuff, when you have a down game, and do you say something like that to the media, guys ready to kill your quarterback, and then it's the guy you want to throw you the ball the following week? Come on, bro.
Yo, remember we played y'all without Hurts? And y'all lost. And AJ got a lot of work, though. And AJ was all smiles in the press conference. I remember that.
Bro.
Man, I had fun. He said, that was fun. Like, it's my Marshall Lattimore. Like, yeah, I like that, man. I had a lot of fun today. But y'all lost.
We lost.
But he got action. He got a lot of action that day.
This is why I said before, Joe, it ain't about win, lose, or draw for him right now. Because he know the team is good. He know more times than not we going to win. So it ain't about that. It's not about necessarily how the offense is looking. It's about, did I go dominate my matchup? Did my opponent walk away from the field thinking they shut A.J. Brown down today? Or did they walk around with with their head dipped? That's what he care about. Mm-hmm. That is what he cares about. And Hurts couldn't care less. I'm trying to win the game.
Shout out to Chris Jones. Yeah.
Man, speaking of that. Right. Oh, snap. Knocking my headphones off my head, man. Sure. Speaking of that, man.
Hey, AJ on a different level today, y'all.
Hey, man. I was amped for this, man. I had so much to say. I still got some things to say. We gonna move on. We gonna move on.